Hey, what's up, friends? It's Saturday night once again. Welcome back to ROM Hack Races. I hope you are ready for some high-flying fun. We've got something. We've got something for you. More directly, Flipsbad has cooked up something for us tonight. It's week 333, and we've got quite the level. As you may have surmised from the creator, from the name, and from the clear video that we've dropped, this is going to be a cape level. And as such, tonight's execution for Roy's Hot Steppin' Dolphins. Execution tonight is rated Cape, and complexity tonight rated Gamer. So, yeah, we're ready for some fun. This is going to be a really good one. I think we're going to have some fun here, but this is going to be a challenge. If you're new and you don't know what we're doing, this is ROM Hack Races. Every Saturday night, we have a fresh, never-before-seen Super Mario World Kaizo level ready for everyone to play. The racers do not know what they're in for. They're just going to have to use their wits and skills and improvisation. And we do have some difficulty rankings, but this week it's Cape Gamer. And of course, we've got testers who play the level off stream throughout the week and let us know the difficulty rankings, help us shine it up a little bit. Tonight, let's see, who were the testers this week? Where are my notes? I got too many tabs open. Aha! Java Brew, Mason, Eden, Gossip Greg, and Mithrillionaire all helped us test this one. And we've got the ever wonderful Fen, Spirits of on the restream tonight. They are pushing all the buttons and making everything look awesome for you. We have, how many do we have? We've got, well, sheesh, I should be ready for this. Nine racers who have signed up tonight. Alyssa, SMW, Bunker Games 82, Germ Dove, Ike SMB, Louis Duce, Pilgrim in Progress, Shovda, TJB, and X Gamer. So, little bit of some cape skill tonight, and this is going to be a cape level. I don't feel like that's a spoiler. I think we're all ready for a very fun cape level. So, there's a little bit of a caveat with this one, which is that there are in fact two versions of this level. There is the berryless version, which we will understand what that means in a moment, and there is the sort of expert version of this. The racers have been, how do I say this? The racers have the option. You can play either the more chill version or the expert version, and we have encouraged the Cape gamers among us, the really advanced Cape gamers, to play the harder version. Just kind of underscoring the fact that these races are for fun, and we're all here to have a good time and see some amazing Super Mario World Kaizo skills. So, yeah, I hope you're ready to roll. If you want to learn a little bit more, you, me, all of us can go to romhackraces.com, jump on the Discord server. You can get this patch plus any of the patches for any of the races that we've raced. And if you're here to support your favorite streamers, friends, if you have their emotes, throw them up in chat, put them up, let us know you are here making some noise. If you have maybe some berry emotes, you can put those up as well. And yeah, if you don't have those emotes, maybe consider going and getting some, follow the racers, and let's all just get ready for a fun time. I'm Glitch. I will be bringing you the play-by-play. If you have any questions about tech or anything, please feel free to ask in chat. With Cape, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a black belt in Cape tech yet, but I've worked on my skills, and I can tell you how this level goes and what we're in for. You're really gonna see something awesome. So make some noise, get ready. It is week 333 from Flipsbad, the one and only Roy's Hot Steppin' Dolphins. Let's do it. Hoy, now. Now get ready for some fun. Get ready for some fun. That's how it started. Did you know that's how it started? Okay, so we got Mario, we got Yoshi. The red ones, the red dolphins, you can eat the dolphins, but the red ones are spicy. The blue dolphin will never despawn, as we are told here in the intro. We've got Bunker Games, Shovda, TJB, and Alyssa SMW on screen for you right now. The scouts will be rotating folks in, and I want to shout them out real quick too. Who's that? We got Blue Ribbon, High Life, Echo, Fen, and Star-Lord scouting. So, yeah. So what have we got here? We got spicy red dolphins, and we got a regular blue dolphin. Yoshi can eat the blue dolphin, and not the red dolphins. They're too spicy. But we can eat the blue dolphin and move them around. This is not a vanilla mechanic, but in the Japanese version of the game, you actually can eat the dolphins, but not in the US version. But here, we can eat the dolphin and spit the dolphin back out Looks like Bunker Games has got this into the door little intro sequence to kind of show us how this works. TJB getting zapped by that spicy dolphin. And we got everyone trying to get in the door. This is just kind of a little intro room to teach us how this works. And now we got Bunker up in the door, and we are going to start the main event here. This is a cape level, and Flips is one of the most talented cape players out there. We've got some very talented capers. Capers, get it? We got Shavda and TJB on screen, both very exceptional players with cape. Cape is one of the most ancient and esoteric techs. Techs? Yeah, techs. That's what I want. Techs. Cape is one of the most esoteric techs in Super Mario World. There is so much that you can do with cape, and more stuff is even being figured out by the likes of Flips and others. It is the ancient lore. Long before there was Shell Kaizo, and long before there was, heck, Dram World, there was cape. And vanilla speedrunners were working very hard on using the cape and finding cape skills and strats to get them through the vanilla run. Cape has really evolved over the years, and we're gonna see something really, really neat. So we are flying, right? Cape, you fly with Yoshi. TJB down there in the lower left corner making moves already. So you might notice that the racers are playing, you can see it at the start there. It says Berry Mix, or it says Berryless. Like I said, the berryless version is the easier version, and easy is kind of relative in a level like this. The berry mix version is the version that is sort of the true version of the level, and we have specifically invited talented cape players to try that one out. So yes, we are racing kind of two different versions of the level. This is just for fun. Keep in mind, ROM hack races means ROM hack fun with the community, and not a competitive race where it's real hardcore and serious. So, that's what's up here. Now, mechanics. Oh, the mechanics. This is going to take some explaining. I was thinking of how I wanted to approach mechanical descriptions tonight. I try to gear my commentary a little bit for folks who might not be familiar with SMW and how this all works. First things first, we have a blue dolphin. And you can see the little dolphin outline shapes there. We want to get this dolphin all the way to the end. We want to transport this little buddy and make sure that he arrives home safe and sound. Why? Yeah, you will find out. Probably because we need him for a task. And in order to do this, Yoshi needs to eat the dolphin. So as you see kind of Bunker up there, kind of just flying ahead, this is actually kind of a cool strat on Bunker's part there. I think they're just taking a look at what's coming up here. So in order to do this, we need to fly with Yoshi. And if you're familiar with regular Mario World cape, you get P-speed, you run up in the air, you jump, and you poof your cape out, and now you are flying. Well, it turns out that you can do this on Yoshi. You can preserve Mario's flying state and get on Yoshi, and now you are in flying state on Yoshi. Except because of the way Yoshi turns around, Yoshi Fly is its own subculture rabbit hole of tech. And you're looking at, maybe check out TJB there in the lower left. So there are two main ways to fly with Yoshi, and the one would be tongue flight, and the other would be tongueless. This level, in the hard version, is going to use both. And even, honestly, playing the easier version of this, we still might need both. So, berryless version, obviously there are no berries. We do not have to eat the berries. We got TJB in the lower left. We got Ike, SMB, in the lower right. Both of them I have seen are playing the berry mix version, and that will put these gold berries on screen. Probably need to eat those berries. You know, just kind of fit. I mean, Yoshi's hungry. He likes to eat berries. And so in order to eat something, Yoshi's got to stick his tongue out. So, where to even start with this? Oh my word. So we got the two types of Yoshi flight. We got tongue and regular. Now this is all kind of due to the fact, when you are, we'll call this normal flying without Yoshi. When you are in your cape is puffed out state and you are flying, you press backwards, right? Backwards to the direction you're moving. Normally you're moving right, so you're pressing left. You're moving left, you press right. When you press back, when you're cape flying, Mario will do a little cape pump, right? His head goes down, and then you press back, and then burp, and he goes up in the air. since you're riding Yoshi, Yoshi turns around when you press backwards. Cape Mario does not normally do that. So that will break the cape pump, and Mario will not be able to fly because Yoshi is automatically turning around. How do we fix this problem? There are two ways. One is to stick Yoshi's tongue out at the moment of pressing back. Yoshi can do a sort of a moonwalk thing. If his tongue is extended and you press backwards at the right moment, Yoshi will walk backwards but stay facing the same direction. And thus we can get a backwards input and a cape pump and allow Mario to fly on Yoshi that way. The other way of doing that, and you're seeing Ike SMB in the lower right do this, is with a well-timed left-right kind of input. You're compensating for the fact that Yoshi will turn around when you press the opposite direction. So you turn around and then really quickly unturn around. You can think of tongueless Yoshi flight, which is actually really fun and cool to do. Big proponent of tongueless. I love it. It's very fun. You can kind of think of it like regular cape flying, except instead of just pressing backwards, you press forward back. Forward back. You got all that? If you have questions, please feel free to ask. Not only, I mean, like I said, I am not necessarily a black belt with cape, but I like to think I know my stuff. There are some true cape sicko aficionados here in chat that can help you out with the finer points of this, but that is essentially what's going on. So watch for those two different methods of Yoshi fly, whether Yoshi is sticking his tongue out or whether or not you're kind of going left, right, blip, 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 blip. Do you think, I mean, I've played some cape stuff. I've got some tech under my belt. Some of the really tough cape stuff I still haven't tackled yet, but I got my tongueless Yoshi flight. I got my double pumps. I got like dive bombs with Yoshi. I like tongueless. Tongueless is actually, honestly, kind of free. And I know that seems weird to say, but really, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty free. It's not too bad. So in addition to all of these obstacles, we also do not want to land on anything that is like solid ground. And you might think that this level seems pretty chill, there's not a lot of dangers, whatever, but if you land, now your flight is gone. You have lost your P-speed, and you can't re-get it. You can't re-grab your P-speed anywhere, because there's nowhere long enough to run. Notice that all the flat surfaces in this level are like 2 tiles, or 1 tile on the top of the Dolphin's head. That is not enough space to get P-speed. So that is the danger. Even though it doesn't necessarily kill you, like you touched a death block and died, your run is still over if you break your flight and die. You cannot re-grab your flight. So, you got all that? You good? We good? We good on tech? Again, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. This is a complicated level, and that is why we have rated it Cape Gamer. Honestly, if I'm being personal, I think tongueless is actually kind of easier than tongue Yoshi flight, and it's a little bit more controllable for me. Tongue Yoshi flight, you have to stick out the tongue and time that backwards input while the tongue is extended at the right moment. Whereas tongueless, you can kind of do it wherever you want. As long as you have that nice forward-backward kind of rhythm. You'll notice that Mario is generally, with tongueless, you're facing the opposite direction that you're flying. You're flying to the right, but you're facing left. And you occasionally turn around to the right and then back to the left, right, left. You see it in Ike's screen there in the lower right. And looks like Shovda up here in the upper right. So as we're doing all these techniques, now we also can stick out Yoshi's tongue and eat things. And that's where the gimmick of this level is really going to come into play. We've got this blue dolphin, as you may see, and Yoshi must eat this blue dolphin and transport our friend over to the next dolphin hideout over there. There's Ike in the lower right, spitting that dolphin out into the little pool of water where it's indicated. Dolphin goes here, spit the dolphin here. But the catch of this is that the racers are going to have to alternate between tongue and tongueless Yoshi flight, because when the dolphin is in Yoshi's mouth, pressing X or Y, which would normally stick out the tongue, is now going to spit out the dolphin. So being able to switch on the fly between these two different Yoshi flight techniques is the crux of this level. You got you are you with us so far? I hope that I hope this is coming in clear enough. For what it's worth, we have also dropped a clear video for this level. This was a tough one, and this is much more, I think, in the execution, simply doing these tricks, than it is in figuring out what to do. This is a pretty straightforward level, honestly, but the mechanical difficulty of this has caused us to rate it how we did, and we have also dropped a clear video on Discord. If you're curious to see the whole thing and see how it works, you can jump on over to the Discord. I believe it's in the weekly race chat section. Hey, fancy that, Dot. We love our trans comrades too. Wow, what a coincidence. So we got TJB and Ike down there, and I mean, obviously, TJB is a very, very strong Cape player. Like I said, Cape is kind of its own sub-discipline of SMW, and being able to work, Cape is a very nuanced type of tech. You know, normally you got shells, you got Kuso, you got glitch abuse, you got that kind of thing. Cape is very, very subtle. And the difficult thing about Cape sometimes can be that, just like with when you're riding on Yoshi, you can't actually see what state Mario is in, right? Normally when you're Cape flying, you see Mario's head, the Cape is puffed out behind him, you see Mario's head dip down, and then you know, okay, it's time to press back up, right? You can't quite see that with Yoshi Flight. So what the tongueless players are watching is Mario's Cape flipping up behind him. Take a look at Shovda up there in the upper right-hand corner. Mario is riding Yoshi, and then you'll notice his cape is down, and then whoop, it flips up. That up-flipped cape is your signal that, okay, now it's time to do a cape pump. You can think of that like the head bob from a regular flight level, only now instead of watching Mario's head, you're watching the position of that cape. What exactly is tongueless flight and how does it work? Okay, well, yeah, started out, if you just got here, we started out by explaining that, but I just have to collect my thoughts, because Cape is difficult to explain, let alone actually do it. If we know, to recap, if we know how Mario's regular flight works, let's start with that as a base. Mario is flying, his cape is puffed out behind him. When he's up in the air, cape is puffed out, Mario's head will dip down, then you press backwards. Mario does not turn around and face the other direction when you're in that cape flying state. Instead, he bobs his head back up, and you get a little bit of lift. Head goes down, press back, Mario bobs up, gets a little bit of lift, but is always facing to the right and moving to the right, all right? The left input doesn't turn you around. When you are riding on Yoshi, a input in the opposite direction will always turn you around. So if you have your flight state preserved on Yoshi, suddenly you can't do those cape pumps like you normally would if you're not on Yoshi, because he'll turn around and that'll break your pump and you won't be able to get it. So we need to come up with a way to actually get a cape pump while riding on Yoshi and compensate for the fact that Yoshi turns around. Just to check, you with me so far? Does that track? We got Louis Duce coming up here in the upper left, a strong cape player themselves. They've made some very difficult cape levels. I'm looking at that 72-hour KLDC level they made. I believe the answer is yes. Yoshi will swallow the dolphin. If anyone can cheese it, I've got my money on Louis Duce. We shall see. But you with me so far on why Yoshi Flight is... why we have to figure out a solution to that problem, right? Because Yoshi is going to turn around all the time. And even if you have your flying state, you got on Yoshi in flying state, fly up, get P-speed, fly up to the wall, bail out, get back on Yoshi before touching the ground. Now you are flying while riding Yoshi. And we need to come up with a way to still get a cape pump and compensate for the fact that Yoshi always turns around with a directional input in the opposite direction. With me so far? There are two ways to address this problem, utilizing other little quirks of the SMW engine. You're looking for Yoshi to stick out his tongue. There is a little trick called a Yoshi moonwalk. At least I call it a moonwalk. If Yoshi's tongue is fully extended, or just about close to fully extended, and you press backwards, Yoshi will not turn around. He'll moonwalk backwards in the opposite direction. He'll be facing to the right, tongue extended, press left. Now you back up and you move to the left a little bit without turning around. That's the first way to solve the problem of the cape. Because if Yoshi's tongue is extended and you press backwards, he doesn't turn around, and you get the cape pump like you're supposed to be able to. Because now you haven't changed the direction you're facing. The second way to deal with that is to simply compensate for which I think is the easier way. People fear tongueless, and I don't think you need to. If you can do regular flight, you can do tongueless flight. The second way to compensate for that is just to add another input at the right moment. Since you know Yoshi is going to turn around, you just assume that's going to happen. And instead of pressing backwards, you press forward backwards. You'll notice, take a look at TJB there in the lower left. We got Ike and TJB. Ike is doing some tongue right now. Yoshi extends the tongue. Mario's cape flips up. Now he gets that cape pump. Now Ike in the lower right is doing a tongueless, right? Moving to the right, facing the opposite, or moving in the facing in the opposite direction you are moving. Forward back. Forward back. And that compensates for the fact that Yoshi turns around and you're still able to get that tongue, or I'm sorry, get the cape pump in. There are so many words involved with this. So, just like sense check. Am I making sense? Have I got this info right, and am I making sense? I gotta ground myself here. And this is why, and perhaps you can see that this is why cape and flight tech is one of the deepest and most esoteric eldritch sciences in all of Super Mario World. It involves a ton of nuance and a ton of mechanical understanding, as well as reflex and kind of what you might call like blind timing. Not to be ableist about it or anything, I just can't think of a better word. Shout outs to our friends that can't see. I'm not trying to make light of you, but just can't think of a better way to describe it. That you just have to kind of feel some of these things. We are watching for the cape to flip up to know when to do a tongueless input, but you just kind of have to feel it out in some cases and sort of know this many frames have elapsed, I am in this position now, and it's really an issue of just touch, of really not, the hand is quicker than the eye, and what you're doing is a physical, tactile thing, and less you are looking at what's happening on screen and reacting. So, like we said, because of the fact that Yoshi needs to eat the dolphin, as well as eat the berry, we must switch between the two methods of Yoshi Fly, even in the berryless level. The berryless level still requires that switching, because when Yoshi has the dolphin in his mouth, pressing the tongue button again, X or Y, will spit the dolphin out at the wrong moment. So being able to alternate between these two types of Yoshi Fly, in addition to that, keep in mind that when we're doing tongueless, we are generally facing in the opposite direction that we are moving in. And when we are doing tongue Yoshi flight, we are facing the direction we're moving. So being able to recognize that and instantly adapt your technique for what the situation calls for is a huge amount of skill. And honestly, I just want to give props to literally anyone coming out and trying this one. This is, I think, the hardest cape level we've ever had on ROM hack races, and really, really something to behold when this goes correctly. TJB doing pretty well in the lower left, Alyssa up top in the upper right, Louis Duce and Ike SMB to round it out. A couple of fun facts about this level I got from Flips before we started here. This level was made for Nyx's upcoming Yoshi Fly collab hack called Obstacle Course for Anti-Gravity Horses, which is a fantastic title. This level was inspired by Third Lava Dolphin's old level that he made for the Roy Fly level design contest years ago, while using the primary gimmick from Nyx's collab hack, which is the Golden Berries. More directly, was inspired by Shovda's recent Yoshi Fly ROM hack race level, and Flips wanted to see how far she could push the concept while still keeping the level Poggio-esque. Which, that's a mouthful. Poggio-esque. Think on that, will you? I didn't know either until right now. But that is pretty exciting. Ike SMB down here in the lower right, looking pretty sharp right now. They want to avoid landing on anything, so those red dolphins are obstacles. And remember too that the blue dolphin is not going to despawn. If they get it in a thing, it'll stay in the thing. So no need to worry about kind of moving off screen a little bit. TJB, keep your eye on the lower left, because you know, the berry version of this was kind of designed to challenge really good players. Like I said, Flip's probably one of the best cape players we've got on the scene right now. TJB, another one of the best cape players we've got on the scene right now. So, some really, really talented stuff here going on. I think perhaps the best way to start learning about Yoshi Fly, keep in mind that this is sort of like an advanced version. It is advanced flying, right? So the best way to start understanding cape stuff, at least, and I'm speaking as someone who, I feel like I could beat this level, but I'm not quite on the level of super incredible cape tech. There is so much out there with cape. More tech than what we're seeing right now. This is a small piece of it. The way I think to start understanding flying and Yoshi Fly is to start by just learning regular cape flight, right? Just the vanilla, literally the Nintended mechanic of just flying around and get good at that. Don't even worry about turnarounds. Don't even worry about, just literally get your cape, go to Donut Plains 1, the classic staging ground where all cape players have learned to fly, the literal vanilla level where you're supposed to learn how to do that, and just mess around with regular flying. Just fly in a straight line, and then try to add in other things. I feel like you gotta kind of start small with cape. You gotta start with a foundation, because everything builds on basically understanding that foundation. It honestly is, it's like complicated mathematics or some kind of really, really esoteric science that without a foundation in algebra, you are not going to be able to do super advanced calculus. And without a foundation in calculus, you're not going to be able to do ultimate quantum vector calculus. Does that make sense? If you can't solve the algebra problem, you cannot solve the super differential equation. I don't know my math terms that well, but you get what I'm saying, right? If you can't lift 5 pounds, you probably can't lift 500 pounds, right? That you literally have to build up from that. Where with other techs, it is kind of possible, I think, to sort of jump right into the more advanced stuff. You could, for example, learn a bunch of different kind of shell tricks without necessarily being really strong at regular shell jumps. You can learn mid-airs while you learn double shell jumps. It's kind of tricky, but they're all sort of isolated individual tricks, right? To learn how to do a turn back drop, you can do that alongside learning a regular shell jump, a double shell jump, heck, a triple if you're bold. Cape does not quite have that. Cape really builds on foundational understanding. You don't get the goal here. Why do you need to keep Yoshi fly? Well, for one thing, there is nowhere to re-grab your P-speed. You need to fly Yoshi all the way to the end because there is not a place to get P-speed otherwise. Yoshi needs to be flying to make it through some of these obstacles, and we need to eat the berries because of a little secret surprise at the end. Or no, we've seen the clear video, right? The clear video has been posted. We need to eat the berries because that's going to get us the orb. And we need to transport the dolphin because that's going to keep us alive during the walk sequence. I don't feel like that's a spoiler if we've had the clear video out. So the only way to do that in this case is to preserve Yoshi flight the entire way. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like super spoiling something. So with there being nowhere to get P-speed and having flight be necessary to make it through this all, that is why we need to keep Yoshi flight. Here's Ike in the lower right-hand corner. Oh, nice strat to get that berry. And Ike has got the dolphin correctly into this pit. So this dolphin is just going to kind of hang out there. Nice transition. You saw Ike switch from tongueless to tongue Yoshi flight very seamlessly. Paying attention to which direction Yoshi is facing. And Ike here trying to line up to grab this blue dolphin out of the air. Ike in the lower right. Ike going for, I want to get the berry. But the water is also an obstacle. Landing in the water will also break the flight state. So, even though there are no overt threats here, death blocks, munchers, spikes, grinders, what have you, the threat simply is landing. Also, like, please feel free to ask questions. Cape is an eternal question, a constant enigma, wrapped in a puzzle, wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in several precise inputs. If you don't understand something or want to learn, please feel free to ask. This is a great chance for that. It's a great night for that. Please do that. Because I'm trying to cover everything here as best I can. And maybe I'm doing all right. There's Louis Duce in the upper left, getting a little bit of a look at what is coming up. This might be a good decision. You do have the possibility of just kind of checking out what is coming up. It also sort of is possible, I guess, to get P-speed a little bit if you have it already and you land and run. You see TJB in the lower left. They get P-speed at the beginning, they bail off Yoshi. Yeah, TJB actually reclaiming that P-speed after landing on a platform. You can kind of land, and if you land in a run, your flight meter will fill up again real quick and you'll be able to get back in the air. And you know, if you want a real treat, if you want to see some real Cape magic, you know, check out at least the clear video. I mean, maybe play it yourself if you're bold, but check out the clear video for gemstones. Flips's recent Cape hack, level hack. It's a hack. It's just a level. Check out gemstones if you really want to see some extremely advanced magic. And we are still, well, by we I mean Flips is still finding new tech with Yoshi Flight, with Cape, with other things. Louis Duce, though, in the upper left, Louis Duce, maybe they look like they might have an idea for how to kind of cheese this a little bit. Yeah, Louis, playing it their own way, so perhaps we don't need flight. Louis seems to think maybe. Yeah, Yeah, I feel that Louis got a plan here. Louis a free spirit, that's true. But some very high effort cheese. While the rest here, Shovda in the upper right, TJB and Ike down below, working on doing it just as Flips intended. For those just getting here too, you might notice that there are two versions of this level. The berryless version is the easier version, and I say that with big air quotes. You can't see, but I'm doing air quotes as hard as I can. The easier version is the berryless version. We have encouraged expert cape players, if you feel like you've got the stuff, to try the berry mix version, where instead of just transporting the dolphin, as the berryless version has us do, in the berry mix version, you need to eat the golden berries along the way. So I think Shovda? Yeah, Shovda looks to be doing the berryless version. Looks like TJB, Shovda and Louis up top are doing the berryless version, where TJB and Ike have opted to try the super hard version. Again, yeah, we got two different versions of the level. ROM Hack Races is for fun, is to hang out and have a good time with our fellow SMW enthusiasts. And is it a race? Yeah, but it's more the player versus the level, and everyone's kind of coming out to test their skills against the latest and greatest and have a fun time doing it. So, did TJB switch? Okay. Perfectly fine. You want to switch midway? That's okay. That's all right. You can see at the start, when they restart the level, you can see it says berryless or berry mix. Ike, though, man, Ike being brave here, opting for the berry. Yeah, TJB switching over to berryless. Louis and Shovda also doing the berryless. Oops, all golden berries. But Ike here really exemplifying good cape control. Now keep in mind that you can also control your horizontal speed. It's not quite the same way as you would with regular cape. You can control your horizontal speed when regular flying by holding backwards and tapping B or A. In the case of Yoshi flight, it's kind of more of a timing thing. If you turn around slowly, you can slow yourself down. If you turn around more quickly, you can increase your speed a little bit. And so watch for those kind of speed throttling changes. Yeah, notice Ike managed to slow themselves down there. So now instead of moving rapidly, they have kind of slowed to a crawl. You have to have some amount of forward momentum, but that is a variable amount. And so having that speed control is something that's really helping out Ike in this case. Oh, nice try. Yo, Ike. We got X Gamer 2009 coming in here in the lower left-hand corner. And really, something to keep in mind, this is one of the hardest cape levels we've done, possibly one of the hardest ROM Hack Race levels we've done. This is, just to be sure, this is really tough. And if you're looking at this and thinking I could never do this, one, I don't mean to be contradictory, but you're probably wrong. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort, but I think this can be learned, right? But if you're, if this is intimidating and you're thinking maybe ROM Hack Races might not be for you, just know that we have different levels every week, and we really like to let the makers kind of shine out and show us what they've got. Some weeks it's a little easier, some weeks it's a little harder, depending on who made it. So if you would like to try ROM Hack Races, these races are open to anyone who wants to give it a shot. If that sounds like you, just hang out till next week. We'll have a different level. We usually have we announce the makers like ahead of time. Like last week, we knew that there would be a flips level this week, and we announced the difficulty rankings in the afternoon on Saturdays before the race to kind of let people make an informed decision. Yeah, the calendar of makers is public and available whenever, so you can check out who is coming up if you'd like to race a particular maker. Honestly, Flips, I don't think anyone is shocked that Flips made a hard cape level. You know, I think your name alone says, okay, this is going to be a hard cape level, and I mean that as a compliment. Who knows where we'll be by week 666. Oh. And you know, chat, friends, acquaintances, gamers, how are you feeling tonight? I hope you're having a good Saturday. Thanks for spending a little bit of it with us here at RomHack Races. If you'd like to learn more, you can go on over to the website. That's romhackraces.com. If you'd like to try this level for yourself, the patch is there. And if you want to catch up on previous races, you can always check out our YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, hi YouTube. TJB with really good control here. TJB in the lower left. We got Shovda up here in the upper right. Got the Dolphins spit out. Remember, Shovda doing the berry list. We don't need those gold berries. Ike in the lower right now is the only player who seems to be committed to the gold berry strategy. Also, I'm just realizing Goldberry is Tom Bombadil's wife. For you Lord of the Rings nerds out there, shoutouts to Goldberry. You know, Tom Bombadil, he's a merry old fellow. Come on, Tom Bombadil, he's the best. Ike, though, looking pretty sharp here in the lower right-hand corner. Got that gold berry. Looking to grab that dolphin, and that's going to mean switching over to tongueless Yoshi flight. Now, Ike is approaching this little column right here, and got to kind of carefully fly up the middle of that. So, big control of speed. Got the dolphin spit out. This might be a PB for Ike right now. Ike in the lower right-hand corner. Wouldn't it be wild if the first clear of this level was actually the hard version? Ike now gotta avoid those red dolphins. Ike, holy moly! Ike on a roll right now. This is a rather sight-readable level. Like I said, Cape is just nuance and control, and you know there's not a lot to figure out here. Which I don't mean that that's a bad thing about the level. But there's not a lot to figure out as much as it is just control this flying dino as best you possibly can. And Ike, yeah, going ahead a little bit. I think they lost the dolphin, but going ahead a little bit to sort of check what is coming up. Yeah, we lost the dolphin. As well as Louis, yeah, kind of scouting out ahead a little bit. You know, if you like slow motion shell jumps, there is a whole slow motion hack out right now. Slow motion Mario from Spree. For you slow motion fans, why do one shell jump in slow motion when you can do a whole hack? Pretty cool precision obstacles. It's a unique one. Fans of the strange may enjoy it. It's pretty neat. I enjoyed. I moderated that one. Did some playtesting. It's pretty neat. It's a bold concept, and really kind of turning things around a little bit, and really just kind of going outside the mainstream in order to try to create something fresh and vibrant. So if you're down for that sort of thing, I'd recommend giving it a try. It's pretty cool. Louis Duce, what in the world? Louis in the lower, sorry, man, what are the things? Upper right-hand corner. Louis Duce. The orb? What's this? Oh, Louis, of course, going for the moon. Whoa. Whoa, oh, classic. Nice double pump there, Louis. Really showing off the advanced cape skills there, saving that dive with a nice double pump. Oh, this is not patched. This is not patched cape fly. And now Louis has learned why we need the dolphin at the end. I think they were going for the moon. We need to escort the blue dolphin because otherwise there's nothing to stand on once Mario touches the orb. We need to survive the walk sequence. But yeah, I'm almost, yeah, it's almost certain Louis was going for that moon. You know, here's a fun cape fact for you. You may know from advanced tech players, you might know that if you are holding Y and you're flying and you press X, or if you're holding X and press Y, the opposite run button, you will spin your cape, and if it's patched, you will always turn around and face the opposite direction. If it's unpatched, there's a 50-50 chance whether or not you will face the other direction. You probably know that about cape, right? That's pretty common cape stuff. That's some orange belt cape knowledge. But what you might not know is that the Prima strategy guide for Super Mario World from the early 1990s actually mentions the cape turnaround. It's true. They mention that it doesn't always work, but if you press the opposite button, you can turn around and fly in the opposite direction. They mention that the trick has really no practical application, just that it's kind of cool to do. Louis in the upper left-hand corner, back again for that moon, yet trying to avoid the orb. And I always thought that was kind of a cool cape fact. They knew about the turnaround back in the early 90s. Shoutouts to the writers of the Ultimate Unauthorized Mario World Strategy Guide from Prima. Ike is really a player who, like, does not back down from challenges, and moreover, really can adapt to challenging situations. I'm impressed, but I'm honestly not surprised. Ike has been playing Search for Salmon lately. My old hack from 2017, 18, whatever. TJB, getting the moon first. That's a PB. First moon for TJB. Didn't have the Yoshi, didn't have the dolphin, but we sure as heck have that moon. Yeah, Ike. Who is who? Ike has been playing Search for Salmon, and my old hack. And when I made that, it was a different time, and my head was in a different place. And I hid dragon coins, little Bongo Kitty, GC7 gold coins, 5 of them in every level. They are really dumb. Let me be the first to tell you. Some of the secrets in Search for Salmon are wacky and dumb. And Ike has been getting every single one of them. And I was like, well, you know, man, I'm kind of sorry. Like, you know, it's really kind of dumb, and these hiding places are kind of stupid. And he's like, no, it's fine. I'll just get him. It's fine. Like, calm, cool as a cucumber. Ike does it his own way. Ike makes his own adventure. It's a choose your own adventure Mario world. Oh, I'm loving this nice calm music too. Flip's very much understanding sort of the, not a rule, but the unspoken principle that if you're going to make a challenging level like this, give it calm music. You know, a tough level with really intense music all the time just doesn't relax. Vaguely circus-esque. Kind of sounds like a circus on a rainy day. Ike here. Ike in the upper... Oh, man, dude, what is my sense of direction today? Ike in the lower right-hand corner. No Dolphin, but they are definitely plowing ahead here, and I think this is kind of them trying to just understand how to make it through the rest of these obstacles. Ike just taking some time to like, okay, how would I really do this? This is definitely a level where scouting ahead can help you out. More than maybe another level where you like can't do that because you just die at the obstacle. You know, death in this level is you falling in a pit or kind of giving up. But other than that, there are ways to check it out and check it out ahead. And here's Ike getting to the end. Wow. All right. So we don't have the Dolphin, but there's Ike in the lower right-hand corner, getting to the end of the area. And we're seeing very clearly where the egg is going to hatch. And Ike taking a look up at that moon up there. Yeah, we're going to see another moon here. Oh, nicely done, Ike. Second moon of the evening. I'll count that as a win, you know? It's a type of win. It's a moral victory. And Ike with Yoshi even picking up that moon. So that's 2x moons so far. Give me your best moon emote in chat. Shavda up here in the upper right-hand corner, making some good progress. Shavda is definitely a player who has put in the work. Recently working on Hacker's Dreams, has cleared a lot of tough cape stuff, a lot of tough shell stuff. Shavda has she's a hard-working player. Louis Douce coming back up here in the upper right. We got Louis and Shavda up top, TJB and Ike down below. Louis seems committed to trying this cheese. It might happen. You know, another thing that really differentiates, at least in my opinion, that differentiates Cape from the other sort of techs in Mario World is that even with a standard kind of level, you're generally moving pretty quickly. especially since all the Super Nintendo consoles are running slightly faster with age. We've all seen the viral TASBot video at this point, right? Or articles about it. But, you know, generally the other techs in Mario World, you're moving kind of quickly. Especially, you know, shell, item tech kind of stuff. You're zipping along, right? If you fall in the pit, you die. If you miss the trick, you die. That's it. That's over. But Cape is slower, kind of by nature. You can have some fast Cape levels for sure, but by its nature, Cape levels kind of wind up like this. A sort of a slow progression as you watch out for the obstacles. And that can be a psychological challenge. And I am absolutely speaking from personal experience here, let me tell you. It can be a psychological challenge because you get kind of invested in these runs. You have spent some time. You were gonna fall in the pit and then you saved it and you had a good save and you're slowly making your way through the area and then whoa, you fall in the pit and die. You spend a lot of time trying to work to the point. I saw that from TJB. Yeah, just well exemplified there, TJB. You spend a lot of time trying to get to the point you want to be at, and then in no time at all, whew, crash landing, you're done. And that can be tough. That's a different psychological vibe from a gameplay perspective. You know, shell levels, you're always just kind of failing the trick and crashing into the pit. Okay, try it again, you know? You're farming a lot of attempts. Not so much in Cape sometimes. You're just slower and more deliberate. Cape is measured. Cape is a chemistry. Is a very precise timing and rhythm and a really precise control over aspects of your momentum that are not always as visible on screen as something like a standard level or a shell tech type level. Louis do say, hey, no Yoshi, no Dolphin, no problem though. Louis, yeah, looking for that moon. We respect the hustle here. Louis does not want that orb. Louis desperately trying to avoid touching the orb. And we haven't even really talked about it because it doesn't really come into play with this level, but the Cape turnarounds. Watch Louis up there in the upper left for a minute. Getting that moon. Okay, well, now they're done. But if you watch when Louis is flying around without Yoshi, they've got Mario's cape all puffed out. They try to turn around, and then they don't get it because this is unpatched cape, meaning there is a 50-50 chance that you'll face the opposite direction when you spin, or you will not face the opposite direction. There is a patch that removes that and gives you the turnaround every time. It's drastically easier. But here's the thing, and cape enthusiasts, I believe, would say the same thing, is that recovering from a bad turnaround is a skill unto itself. You might say, oh, well, it's a 50-50 chance, so that's unfair and it's janky and whatever. Yeah, maybe. But I think the real truth is that it's a skill. It's a skill that you can get better at and improve at, and there are ways to recover. If you don't turn around correctly, now you have to do a double pump. It's kind of like a double forward, double back to get yourself back up in the air or recover in some other way. A little bit of improvisation, I think, is good for your gaming muscles in general, and unpatched turnaround really exemplifies that sort of improvisation, which frankly is something you don't really get in a shell tech or a cape, it's like a shell spring item abuse kind of tech level. You don't get necessarily that improvisational aspect. I want to get a turnaround here, but I don't know if I'm going to, and I may have to try to recover. So you see a lot as the as you get deeper into the rabbit hole of cape shenanigans, you see a lot of unpatched levels, and I think the better you get at cape, the more interested I've seen people get in using that skill of recovering from bad turnarounds. Yeah, Louis up here in the lab. Oh, Louie's cooking up something with these gold berries. Just take a couple of golden apples, some honey, maybe a Hylian shroom. I'm trying to think of all the Tears of the Kingdom recipes that take golden apples. Golden apples, I've found, give 20% or 20 seconds more of an effect. So that's a lot of seconds. I'm still stuck in Tears of the Kingdom zone. Decently obsessed with this game right now. That is true too, Flips, yeah. And I think that's exemplary for a lot of cape levels like this, even talking about like the old Third Lava Dolphin, Royfly kind of levels. And I like to try to compare and contrast this with Shell Tech, which is kind of the other like big extreme rabbit hole of depth and technique in Mario World. But Shell Tech is very like, do the trick right now. This is how you get through this obstacle. You will not survive if you do not do a triple shell jump at this moment exactly right here. Whereas Cape, it's kind of adaptable. You could go a little forward, you could go a little backward. There are different options for routing because unless you're talking about something like Mod Cape, maybe Gemstones a little bit, it's hard to design a Cape level that requires movement which is as well regulated and precise as what would be maybe considered a typical Kaizo level. You have to run here or the spikes will fall on you and you'll die. Do the shell trick right now this very instant or else you're toast. Cape, just survive, right? You see, players are kind of going back to the left, they're going back to the right a little bit, they're stalling, hesitating, and kind of trying different approaches. Again, that improvisational aspect of Cape is something that really I think is the sort of the secret sauce, the secret spice in a Cape level, is that you really have to, more than just learn the tricks, you can learn the script of a shell level. You can just get the timing right and follow the script and you got it. Cape doesn't have as much of a script. Cape calls for improvisation almost all over the place. And that is, again, its own skill. So how you feeling? Chat friends, ROM hack race pals, how you feeling? Doing okay? Are you kind of understanding the tech involved with this? Are you able to marvel at the skill of these incredibly talented players? Yeah, true. I mean, Flip, technically there's nothing even stopping anyone from getting all the berries first and then going back for the blue dolphin, if you're willing to do the extra long trek. True. Although, I will offer my razor. I've always wanted a razor named after me, like Occam's razor or Hitchens razor. I suppose you could call it Glitch's razor, which would be prioritize the solutions that require fewest inputs. Inputs are points of failure. And this isn't necessarily a rule, but I've kind of found it to be helpful in a variety of situations. And I guess it's kind of self-evident, really, but inputs are points of failure. Any button you're pressing is a chance for you to screw up. So prioritize the solution with fewest inputs, and that will help you win the level faster. And I think that's true of just about every maybe SMW, maybe all games, honestly. Maybe all video games have this razor applied to them. But SMW Kaizo in particular, if you can, and this is it's obvious with a level like this where, yeah, you could go get all the berries and then go all the way back. Or I don't know, there's certain situations in other levels where you could like throw the object up and then bounce on the thing and then land somewhere and jump and throw it again. Or you could just try to scoot right over the gap somehow. Do that, right? Every input is a chance for failure or success, but perhaps failure. So fewest inputs rules. IMO. Try to reduce the amount of buttons you have to press. If you can just press one button and win, do that. I mean, that's fair. Play how you want. Some people like input density. Sure, that's fair. I mean, some solutions are input dense to begin with, and some makers really thrive on input density. And that's another thing about Cape, really, is that, like, it is not that input dense. Your average shell hack has more going on. Or I'm thinking, you know, Jigoku, Hacker's Dreams, these very elaborate flow state kind of levels have a lot of input density. Land, immediately run, grab the thing, throw it up, spin jump, land, grab, throw, bounce, throw, shell jump, input, drop, right, duck, slide, spin, switch buttons, all this stuff. That's dense. Cape doesn't necessarily have that density. You're really just kind of doing one technique, maybe two in this case, Yoshi, tongue, and tongueless flight. But you are just kind of doing these two techniques so perfectly. What Cape lacks in input density, it makes up for in input precision. In a different way than a precision level, for example. Your levels for transliberation, vast minutia. They don't have a lot of inputs either, but they still have a lot of, like, stabilization. Precision platforming has a lot of subtle left-rights, regrabs, whatever those are. Regrabs to manipulate jump trajectory. You're manipulating speed in this level, obviously, but your input density is lower. It's the precision that you have to really pay attention to. I saw that little speed up from TJB to try to beat the swallow timer. If Yoshi holds the dolphin in his mouth for too long, he will eventually swallow it. Yeah, now take a look. Let's zoom in on TJB for a minute here, because TJB is actually kind of using this razor. A lot of the other racers are kind of flying to grab the dolphin initially. TJB has worked out some strats wherein by landing in a run, he is able to skip that first bit of flight. Ike, on the other hand, on the lower right, is now they have Yoshi flight and they are flying up to get that dolphin. But TJB has actually managed to reduce the complexity of inputs. That is getting a more consistent run toward a deeper part in the level. So yeah, check out TJB's strat here. They're gonna run, they're gonna bail off Yoshi, now they're in flight. Land, jump again, eat the dolphin on the way down, and then cruise over to that right platform, bail out, and now they're flying. That is fewer inputs, right? Other than having to kind of slowly whoop and fly your way up to the top there. Reduces complexity, reduces points of failure, gets TJB a little farther in the level. It's a clever strat. You know, I like to say that you should always be looking for, and I think this is especially true in Cape, the question to ask isn't, what should I do in the level? The question to ask is, what can I do? And we see that too with Louis Doucet's playstyle very, very often. Louis is good at that mentality. That helps you find cheese. It helps you find ways to reduce input complexity. What can I do? If you're only asking what the script is, you know, maybe it's hard, maybe it's annoying, maybe it's too many inputs. See what you can do to reduce that number. Was that where Yoshi Flight was like discovered, identified? Is that the oldest example of Yoshi Fly we know? Is the 96 exit speedrun raft skip in Valley of Bowser 3? Yeah, but I know, yeah, it's where Yoshi Fly is used in vanilla. I'm just curious if that's where it came from. If Yoshi Fly was discovered because speedrunners wanted to skip the raft. That is the genesis of Yoshi Fly. The SNES, the Sega Genesis. The first known use of it in ROM hack was from Master Courses in 2006, which was before vanilla runners knew about it. That's fascinating, actually. Or no, oh, you sticky, yeah, Sticky Fly. That's fascinating. Still, I'm interested in the timeline of tech discovery in SMW, and just kind of the timeline of tech discovery in games in general. I suppose we could reference it with, like, okay, so when did this ROM hack come out versus what was the record at the time for 96 exit, and see what predates what. Well, you know, hey, I'm kind of proud of myself here today because I was able to explain this tech. If you have questions, just got here, you want to learn more, you want to learn something about what's going on, don't hesitate to reach out, ask, jump over on the Discord. If you really want to get serious, join our community off stream. But if you want to learn something, now's your moment. Anytime, really. Anytime's the moment. Anytime's the right time to learn about Cape. This is something I've kind of resolved myself, is to try to get a little bit better at Cape. Try to improve my caping tech a little bit. VIP 5 has a Yoshi Fly tutorial level. Fascinating. When did that come out? You know, Takamoto himself mentions that it's better and safer to play VIP Mario than it is to play Kaizo 1. That's a quote directly from Takamoto. It's just a stupid game even if regular people play it. Better and safer to play VIP Mario. Well, we're seeing good runs from these racers. Again, this is a super fantastically hard level, and I give ultimate props for anyone willing to come out and try this one. Alyssa SMW in the upper left-hand corner, fresh off of her great SMW Kaizo runs at the wonderful, entertaining Frost Fatales, which I believe is still going on into tonight. And low-key, you should definitely go check out Alyssa's Superstar and Pipe-tastic runs. And even more low-key, you should donate, because Skytree made some prizes for Frost Fatales, and they're awesome, and I'm really proud of her. And I hope that someone who really loves it wins it. So, you know, every time they do a hosting segment, you see her prize. There's a little amigurumi Faith that she made, and it's back there on the shelf, right in the middle. So, you know, check out Frost Fatales. I was watching the Breath of the Wild run earlier tonight. Oh, I can answer that. The Roy part refers to the fact that this level was inspired by Third Lava Dolphin's old level that he made for the Roy Fly level design contest years ago. And which dates back to using the cape to skip Roy's castle in the speedrun in 96. Well, I don't know, they'd probably use it in other categories. I don't know my vanilla categories as well as I ought to, but Roy's castle, not Roy's castle, but Roy's castle itself famously has the brown block snake auto scroller, and that obviously wastes a lot of time, so speedrunners were quick to realize that you could just fly through the whole thing with cape. Not as easy as it sounds, but a huge time save. The name is also taken from a star in Galaxy 2 called Hot Steppin' Dash Peppers, where Yoshi eats a spicy pepper. I never played Galaxy 2, only Galaxy 1. I liked Galaxy 1, that was a good level. Good game. Louis, Louis is still sciencing over here. I like that Louis is just blazing a trail here. He knows he needs the dolphin, but other than that, yeah, Louis kind of trying to figure out strats that will just avoid having to fly entirely. We'll see how well that works out. But, certainly something going on here for Louis. Louis certainly has some ideas cooking in the old brain bank over here. One interesting thing that Louis is taking advantage of, which is helping Louis's strats a little bit, is that jumping into water will preserve P-speed. You're technically not on the ground, so if you have some P-speed or some takeoff meter while you're in water, that can get preserved when you jump out of the water. And so even if you don't have a suitable space to run forward the whole way and get P-speed like that, if you've preserved it through water, you might be able to take off or run and P-speed from a smaller sized platform. So you'll notice Louis kind of strategically getting into the water at points. That, I believe, that is what they're trying to do. They're preserving that takeoff meter. Louis has a lot of deep tech understanding. Louis has quite a substantial toolbox to draw from when looking for these. Oh, I mean, a lot of these racers do, not just Louis, but specifically because Louis is the cheeser of the group, and we appreciate that. But yeah, drawing from a really substantial toolbox of tech and tech principles to get a lot of this stuff done. Sometimes you really can think of levels in Kaizo and even Standard as a sort of elaborate puzzle. You know, what properties do I know that will help me get where I'm going here? Also, take a look at TJB down here in the lower left. TJB on a pretty hot run right now. TJB on a pretty hot run right now. Oh my word. This might be a PB that we've seen. TJB has the win conditions here. They've got the flight and they've got the dolphin on screen. And a pretty clear area. TJB wants to eat this dolphin out of the upper pool of water. Let's take a look at TJB. Lower left-hand corner. See what they can do here. They might be getting real close. Yeah. Nice dolphin grab. And TJB is off to the races here. TJB. Holy moly. TJB in sight of the goal. Oh my gosh, TJB with the... Oh, watch out. This is where improvisation's really going to play a big factor. TJB has a shot at the win here. That blue dolphin shouldn't despawn. At least I was told it would not. Where'd it go, though? Did it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. That was a great run, though. TJB getting super close here. Absolutely phenomenal cape player in his own right. TJB is powerful. Powerful player. Easily able to clear Fruit Dealer multiple times in a row. World record on various dragons under, what, 6 minutes or something? Mod cape. A cape shenanigan thing from TJB. Midair mastery. TJB has walked many paths in Kaizo and often comes out on top. And let's give shoutouts up here to Shavda, too, in the upper right-hand corner. With her bold determination and graceful style. Say, Shavda's a player that's really put in work. She has worked so hard on her skills. Skills, poetry, stream, whatever it is, you can really seriously count on Shavda to put in the time. And that is both admirable and inspirational. Yeah. Fruit Dealer from Cool or Cruel, the stage Tubular. I gotta get back on that Jigoku 3 boss, man. Jeez. I'm busy fixing houses in the Lanaru region. I have to beat Bowser in the Bowser Kingdom. Ooh, yo, TJB with the big off-screen save there. 1 block away from death. They're bringing it back from the brink. Oof, I got caught in an ad from TJB, so if they clear, you gotta let me know. So, Cool or Cruel, I might not have all the history on this quite right, but as far as I understand it, Cool or Cruel was made by G-Breeze. And it was, World Peace. Have we really ever seen G-Breeze and World Peace in the same room together at the same time? Can we really be sure they're not the same person? But yeah, made by World Peace to make a hack that was challenging even when using save states. It is possible. The interesting thing about Cool or Cruel is that it's one of those hacks that doesn't, as far as I understand it, doesn't necessarily require things that only TAS can do. For example, simultaneous left-right inputs, or press a button every other frame for 1,000 frames or something. Only TAS can do that, right? If you have to press left every 5th frame or something like that, humans just can't. That is just beyond the human capacity. But the interesting thing about Cool or Cruel is that it's all possible. A human can do it. It doesn't require any TAS-only things like that. It's just so impossibly hard and impossibly demanding that it is, shall we say, RTA unviable. Could it be done by a human? Yeah, probably. But the extreme, talking about lack of checkpoints even. Do a whole incredible giant section, then beat Fruit Dealer, then go to another section that I don't even think has a checkpoint. Things like that even elevate Cool or Cruel in difficulty, I think, a little bit above something like Hacker's Dream, which was intended for RTA play, as far as I understand it. Cool or Cruel never really was. You were just kind of supposed to TAS it. It was supposed to be kind of a showcase thing. people have picked out Fruit Dealer and beaten it RTA. Beating the whole level up to Fruit Dealer, I don't think has happened. But just isolating that one boss and just attempting to do that RTA, that is now, like, easy for some players. It may. Honestly, it may get proven wrong. If there's one thing I've learned from 9 years in Kaizo, it's that if it can be done RTA, it can be done by a sufficiently dedicated player. Will we ever see like a full RTA clear of Cool or Cruel? Dunno, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. It would take an unfathomably Herculean effort and a absolutely ridiculous amount of time from a player who is equally dedicated and talented. But it's out there. It's out there to be done. There's nothing truly preventing humans from doing it. For example, Item Abuse 3 will not be done by humans. I'm confident in saying that. We may see the first room or something someday, but we are never going to see a human RTA clear of Item Abuse 3 because it requires things that are just out of the realm. Like your hands just don't work that way. Human perception doesn't work that way. You just physically can't. Cool or Cruel? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Oof, TJB really getting these deep runs here. Ike over here in the lower right, putting in work as well. Still committed to the berry. And I like this. Couple of fun stats for y'all. We got Alyssa up here in the upper left. They're working on completing their 3rd ROM hack race. We love to see the return racers. We got Ike over here working on completing their 63rd ROM hack race. Louie, of course, working on their 281st. Shovda working on her 12th. And TJB working on his 48th. So whether it's 1 or 200 million, we are really, really happy to see folks coming out and trying these. ROM hack races is strong because of the excellent, excellent community that we have. And I hope that you all at home or abroad are having a lovely, comfy night. I'm really grateful to spend a little bit of time with everybody here. Thanks for making ROM hack race Cape Gaming a fun, comfy part of your Saturday. If you're done dropping a follow for the racers, drop a follow for us here, and we have a new level every Saturday night. While we're chilling too, I'd like to just give shout outs again to, of course, Flips for making this absolute level. And as well as, who's got that? Java Brew, Mason, Eden, Gossip Greg, and Mithrillionaire for helping to test this one tonight. Fen on the restream, pressing all the buttons, doing a great job. And we got Blue Ribbon, Echo, Fen, and Starlord helping us scout, watching all the racers, letting us know who's taking the lead, who we should put on the restream. Oh, hey, Zopdash, you know, sometimes wishes come true in an unexpected way. And, I'm glad you got some delicious food regardless. Next time I wish for Chinese so you get seafood, alright? Yeah, it was, this level was rated Cape Gamer, due to the extreme difficulty. Skytree and I have determined that if we get Chinese food, we absolutely must get 2 orders of cheese wonton because we cannot share them. We are never happy. We're always like, but the cheese wonton. So it's like a rule in our house that we must get 2 cheese wonton. It cannot be 1. It just isn't gonna happen. Gotta get the 2. Let that be a lesson. Get 2 cheese wonton. I was really feeling some sushi the other day, but I was kind of skeptical of the grocery store sushi, so I didn't get it. Yo, what's up, Louis Duce up here in the upper left? Might the science have finally... Might have the science are paying off for Big Cape gaming enthusiast Louis Duce? If you want to see some more Cape madness, check out Louis Duce's 72-hour Kaizo level design contest level recently. That was really cool. A lot of really interesting Cape. Louis really on an adventure here to try to avoid the level. Trying to avoid work is its own work, you know? Louis had Yoshi fly all the way up to placing the last dolphin and lost it. Yikes. And by yikes, I mean yikes. Just a reminder that you're free to ask questions if you want to learn about the tech or whatever. Just an open invite, just if you're coming in late or whatever, you want to learn something. Just so you know, you are invited. Yeah, Flips has really done a lot to innovate the ancient and noble art of caping. Again, check out Gemstones if you want to see Flips Unchained, as it were. Flips Off the Hook Unplugged. Live at the Carnegie Hall. Why do people hate on Yoshi Fly? I don't know if they hate on it. I think it's I mean, I don't want to just say mad 'cause bad, but hating on a tech that is rough but can be learned is maybe a bit narrow-minded. I do think it might be just a lack of understanding. I genuinely think tongueless Yoshi Fly, in particular, I think tongue is harder than tongueless. It requires more things to go correct in the same amount of time. You gotta time the tongue extension and the backwards input, where tongueless is really just like regular flying. It's regular flying, but you're just adding an extra input. Instead of just pressing back, you just press forward back. And instead of waiting for Mario's head to bob down, you wait for his cape to pop up. It's tongueless is like kind of free. I mean, this level isn't free because what you're doing is you're navigating a challenging space. But tongueless is really learnable. I like tongueless. I think it's fun. Granted, this level would take me just as long, if not longer, than the racers we've got here. But tongueless is fine. And I don't want to say mad 'cause bad, but I'll use the analogy that I always use, which is The parable of the Incredible Hulk and the sun. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that you were tasked with throwing a car into the sun. You're standing on a hill somewhere, and there's an old, broken-down VW car, or a bus, or a school bus, or just a car. I think we all know the type of car that should be thrown into the sun, don't you? And let's say that you were tasked with picking up this car and throwing it all the way into the sun. You might rightly complain about that. That might be a challenging thing to do. You might look at this task and say, I can't throw the car into the sun. But you know who could? The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk could easily pick up the Tesla and throw it right into the sun where it belongs. And the Incredible Hulk wouldn't necessarily realize that he did anything special, because the Incredible Hulk is just that strong. He can just chuck the car into the sun all day. So too are challenging techs and situations in Kaizo. Even stuff that's janky, misshapen, hard to do, requiring improvisation or whatever, at a certain point, if you have the strength, if you have the skill, it no longer becomes a challenge. And that is analogous to something like tongueless Yoshi fly, backwards Yoshi sticky fly, cape pumping, whatever it is. Yes, it's very, very, very hard. It takes a long time to learn and a long time to get the skill, but it can be made easy. And I like to think about that, and I like to remind myself of that when things get tough, when tech is hard to learn, that, you know, the Incredible Hulk could do it. All you gotta do is just get a little stronger, and you too can chuck the car into the sun where it belongs. And that's the story of the Incredible Hulk in the car. I like that one. I always like that analogy. Yeah, Ike down here in the lower right, we've seen some really, really good runs. We got Louis, Shavda, TJB, and Ike hanging out. Hey, you know what? That's a good way to put it, too. Sometimes if you can't chuck the car into the sun, you can chuck a brick into the car. Yeah. Oh, y'all, you're too kind. Oh, you're too kind. I just look at the screen and say what's happening. There's Mario riding yellow Yoshi right now. Oh, it's yellow Yossi-chan. I just realized. Oh, this level is Pogyo coded. I just put that together. It's yellow Yossi-chan. Of course. Did you ever notice that the 4 colors of Yoshi and the Switch Palace are the 4 colors of the buttons on the Famicom controller? Green, blue, red, and yellow. Ike down here in the lower right-hand corner. Let's take a peek here. Ike getting the deep run, and with the berries too. Ike just making this work. Oh, Ike. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, you know, I'm torn between trying to commentate the level and trying to not curse the racers. Are the berries just a bonus? No. There are, in fact, 2 different versions of this level. There is the berry version and the not berry version. The berries are an optional challenge and make the level a lot harder. Without the berries, you just escort the dolphin. With the berries, you have to also eat the berries while escorting the dolphin, and that adds a lot of difficulty. We, Flips wanted to make make a super hard level, and by gummit, she did it. And so with the difficulty, we have extended the opportunity for racers to pick which difficulty will suit them the best. The berryless level is still very challenging, and no clears of any of the levels yet. But ROM hack races, more for fun, less for competitive racing. And so we've given, we said, hey, if you fancy yourself very good at Cape, try the super hard one. If not, try the chill one. And by chill, I mean ridiculously difficult. Louis, what now? Where'd that dolphin go? Louis Duce up here in the upper left, trying to go for a very elaborate cheese that they are concocting to try to avoid flying the way everyone else is. Ike for some great runs in the lower right. TJB working really hard in the lower left, and Shovda up here in the upper right. Ever the determined gamer. Working very hard herself. Flips, you're awesome. Ooh, Shovda. Oh, that was good, though. That was good. Nice little saves. Shovda has good improvisation. I've seen her play a lot of Cape stuff that requires recovering from bad turnarounds, Volpe stuff, and Shovda has a good improvisational sense with this kind of thing. Ike down here in the lower right, looking very controlled. They're setting up, I think they're setting up to transition over to tongue fly. They want to get under the water, or maybe they're trying to go over it. What are they trying to do here? Oh, over the water, huh? Well, they want to get the berry, of course. Yeah, normally you'd go under the water, but Ike playing the berry version means they have to go up to the chamber up there and get the delicious golden berry. Do you think the golden berries taste good? Or do they taste like regular berries coated in gold spray paint? Spray paint, as we know, not delicious. Ike, though, man, Ike. Oh, geez, and recovering. Whoa. Recovering that dolphin. They want to spit it out from the opposite side of that pit. Ike. Oh, my gosh. Ike, SMB. No, come on. Ah, stop. No. Stop cursing. Dag nabbit. Cod Sarnet. So do you think do you think yellow Yoshi is just a green Yoshi covered in yellow spray paint? Would Yoshi eat a can of spray paint? Louis up here in the upper left, getting a kind of a deep run. They are not doing the berry version. Oh, Louis, watch out. I'm not gonna say anything. You know what? Let's just all watch Louis And hope that things go well. I'm not gonna curse. I wasn't gonna curse. I wasn't gonna do it. I said I wasn't gonna do it. Oh, Louie's still alive. Oh, I saw them go off screen and just assumed they were dead. There is one block below the bottom of the screen. You can go completely off screen and still manage to survive. The real pit that kills you is 2 blocks below the screen, not 1. The real Dark Souls of pits. Louie keeping themselves alive. From this point on, I will not mention anything. Hey, stop it. That one's on me. I'm sorry, Louie. What if it's a situation like in Mario RPG, in Nimbus Land, where Mario has to get painted in gold to resemble a statue? Remember that? And the little Dodo minigame? Ooh, here's a fun trivia question. What is the name of Garo's Mario statue? Garo the sculptor paints Mario gold in order to sneak him into the castle. Spoilers in Mario RPG. Valentina questions him about this. Garo says that the statue is an original creation. What does he call that statue? What is the name of it? Unrelated video game trivia. Which this name would also make a pretty good title for a ROM hack. Close, Echo. Close. A Plumber's Lament. Correct. Hey, let's all give a big GG to Alyssa for the fantastic Frost Fatales showcase. Really enjoyed that. I didn't get a chance to see it live. I caught the VOD. Eyes on the lower left, if you please, everyone. Wow. Wow. Didn't want to curse it, but TJB, almost there. Almost there. That's twitch.tv/AlyssaSMW for great Mario ROM hacking and that wonderful cat arrive emote that I love so much. Go back and check the VOD. Check out some Frost Fatales. I think it's going on till tonight. I think they unlocked a bonus game. I was watching the Breath of the Wild earlier. Yeah, there's that arrive cat. Yeah, there's that arrive cat I love so much. Oh, a big arrive cat too. Look at him arriving. Aw. Yeah. Yo, and a Pipe-tastic world record. Let's heckin' go. I feel like only a gamer could do that. Like I said, you gotta donate for Frost Fatales, because I want someone cool to win the prizes that my wife Skytree made. She made that Snufkin amigurumi that everyone was raving about. Her and I watched the Moomin Valley run, and they showed off her prize, and I was very happy. She was very happy too. I was very proud of Skytree for making that wonderful amigurumi, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's so good! Wow, I'm donating to win that prize." So you gotta donate. I don't know. Gotta do it. Do we get one-handed Celeste? Let's go. Big Eye, Mallow the cat has been really excited lately about the birds, and whenever he sees them, his eyes get real big, and I just look at him and think, he has 2 big eyes. He has 2 big eyes. Keep your big eyes on the lower right-hand corner, Ike. Now, Ike has been to this point before. Ike maybe trying to eat the dolphin through the right or the left wall. Yeah, keep your eyes on the lower right-hand side. I won't say anything to curse. Let's all send Ike our energy. Amazing control and patience right now from Ike. This is such a challenging thing to do. Ike in the lower right. Oh my gosh. Oh. And that's the best run we've seen. Amazing. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So, little known Mario World mechanic. If Yoshi eats 5 berries, Yoshi will hatch an egg that contains a power-up. Yoshi needs to land and stand on a flat surface in order to do this. If you maintain in the air... Is it 10 berries? Excuse me. Well, is it 5? It's on 5? Okay. Well, how many berries are... Is it 10 berries in here? I don't feel like it's 10. But Yoshi needs to eat X number of berries in order to produce a power-up. This is a vanilla feature. Yoshi needs to land in order to do that. And so, 5 berries is custom. Okay, gotcha. So Yoshi needs to land in order to produce the egg. As soon as Yoshi lands, if the berries have been eaten, Yoshi will produce the egg. So, what happened there was that Yoshi landed in the wrong spot and made the egg in such a way that it was not going to land on the pedestal where indicated, but instead, unfortunately, fall into the abyss. But Ike is playing out of their mind right now, and they have got such deft control over the flying dino. I'm gonna let y'all know too, we normally schedule 2 hours a week for these broadcasts, from 8 to 10. We are all volunteers and kind of working with our own life schedules to make these all happen. We appreciate all our volunteers so much. We are getting close to the top of the 2-hour mark. I am conversing with the spirits, and they have said that we're good for maybe 15 minutes or so of overtime. That being said, should we not get any clears in this overtime period, the racers are welcome to play this as much as they want. We have logged exceptionally long clear times in the past, but it's just kind of impractical for us, ROM Hack Race's channel, to do a 6-hour broadcast or something. So we're gonna try to kick it for 15 minutes overtime, and hopefully we're seeing progress. We're gonna see it clear eventually. If we do not, do yourself a favor right now, go and follow the Racers and check them out on their own channels too, if you want to see how this all wraps up. It is honestly really impressive that people have even gotten this close in the amount of time. Ike just playing so consistently right now. I am really, man, I am just really blown away by this. Ike just such control right now. Everyone doing well. Ike specifically going for the, you know what's interesting is that I think Ike is the only player right now going for the berry. Oh my gosh, yo, lower left-hand corner if you please. Lower left, we could see it. TJB. TJB! TJB! Ho 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 ho! Wow, there it is. A sub 2-hour clear on one of the toughest ROM Hack Race levels we have ever had. TJB, the ultimate cape gamer. Unbelievable skills. And there it is. TJB for the win, doing some push-ups. All the Dolphins are happy. A big rainbow. Post your favorite rainbow emotes in chat. Post your GGs. Please. Please pop off. Oh my gosh. Amazing win. TJB, one of the best cape players we've got on the scene. Showing us why that is the case. And hey, check it out, no commentator curse. The curse is lifted. I did not curse. I did not commentator curse. I saw they were on a good run. I focused on something else. Obstacle course for anti-gravity horse. Coming soon. We got Louis, we got Shovda, we got Ike SMB. And you know, I was kind of concerned. Yo, man, TJB, what a player. What a player. One of my favorite Kaizo players, one of the best players I know, one of the most determined, dedicated, exceptionally talented players. Thank you for the raid. First place tonight, TJB. Getting a clear in under 2 hours. We got that right up to the wire, but getting a clear in just under 2 hours, inside the 2-hour time limit that we set for our broadcast anyway. And congratulations on your 48th completed race. Thank you for racing with us. Absolute impeccable skill. Wonderful job. Now, I'll tell you what, honestly, the racers on screen right now, all of them, all three, Louis, Shavda, and Ike, absolutely have the skills to beat this. Not a doubt in my mind. All three of these gamers can take this one on and can and will get the clear if they want it. And also, all three of these racers on screen right now absolutely knew what they were signing up for. This isn't, I don't think for any of them this is a surprise or the challenging the level of challenge in this. I don't think this is a surprise for anyone here. So, you've got willing and determined participants. I don't think, no, I mean, SMW is still going absolutely strong. Yeah, big agree on that. Whoever's saying SMW is dead isn't paying attention. I wouldn't trust that opinion. That doesn't sound like someone who's paying attention to what the community has been doing. And we gotta pay attention to Ike here. Uh-oh. Ike in the bottom. Ike with the save. Ike, we could see another clear here from Ike. SMW Kaizo is alive and well as ever. Breaking new ground all the time. New players, new makers. Oof. New deaths. Yeah, that doesn't really strike me as a well-informed opinion. Yeah, it would have been a clear on the non-berry version, but Ike going for the tough stuff. That is correct. Yeah, egg creates orb. Excuse me. Oh, I get you didn't mean to imply that's correct. I get that. But I'm going to say right now, whoever told you that's wrong. It's just kind of wrong. SMW Kaizo is thriving. Mario World is thriving. People are playing, making, exploring new ideas. New players are coming up and challenging old conventions. New makers are making fantastic new things. We got harder and harder hacks coming out. Chill creative stuff. I mean, every creative scene ebbs and flows. But yeah, whoever told you that's just wrong. It's just, I'll tell them that myself. Like, you're just wrong. Yeah, yo, glad to have you. Keep making things. We are stronger when more people get involved and new ideas are coming out. A diverse ecosystem is a healthy ecosystem. And the more perspectives we have in Kaizo, the more people trying out ideas and making hacks, the less that a definition of a good hack is determined by any unique individual. The more diverse and interesting ideas we have, the less the opinion of any one centralized entity can control it. And that means that it's a free and open space for people to create, try new things. One of the best things about Kaizo is that everyone gets to try to do it their way. And I love seeing interesting perspectives. We literally just got a brand new slow motion precision hack, which is something that I've never seen before. That has all kinds of potential. I know there's fantastic collabs coming out. We're literally teasing a Yoshi Fly collab from Nyx and Company. With this level, there's plenty of life in Kaizo. I've seen some great new stuff from RZ Rider. Another Tortured Souls sequel. I've gotten to play some of the demo for that. It's fantastic. Literally, we got Jigoku 3. That's amazing. We got that. We got level design contests coming up this year, not only for SMW, but for Mario 2. We've got ROM hack races every week with great pals in chat, great viewership, hype individuals, great players, a fun new level every week. I don't know what you've been watching. Not you. Not you. I don't know what you've been watching, but over here, Kaizo is as strong as it ever was. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, how could I forget? Excuse me. Yeah, of course. Good standard stuff is happening too. We just wrapped up a QLDC with a lot of really creative and talented entries. A fly got in the lab, even. Like, seems like every single QLD stream I watched, every time I tuned in, they were playing that fly Breaking Bad level. I saw that one the most out of any QLDC level. I don't know how that happened. We literally just got to see Alyssa run Kaizo at a major GDQ event. There was Kaizo at the past, all the past GDQs, and I can only imagine there's probably going to be some Kaizo at the upcoming SGDQ. So Kaizo's still pulling them in. There was a packed house at SGDQ for the ROM hack race, standing room only in there. So I think we all just keep making, keep playing. I think we're gonna see some more growth. We got some big hacks coming out this year. For example, one that I can think of right off the top of my head, we get a Luminescent sequel. We get a Luminescent sequel this year. Or, well, maybe this year. Hopefully this year. Arborescent from the Borgyman. The Borgyman, Luminescent. One of the most popular hacks out there. Luminescent gets a sequel this year. We get Dram 3. Well, I don't know if it's this year, but I know that Dram 3 is in the works. And I know that for a fact because I have gotten to play Dram 3. I have literally already beaten a Dram 3 level. It's really good. It's really, really good. We got Maddie. We got Maddie making another hack. What in the... Allegedly making another hack. Allegedly Maddie. I don't know, maybe it's just 3 Madelines in a trench coat. But someone is making a hack with Maddie's name on it. You know what? I have also gotten to play Invictus 2. I have personally beaten some levels from Invictus 2. They are awesome. So, we got a lot to look forward to in Kaizo. Whoa, hey, thank you for the raid, Beast. Great to see you. Welcome in. We're about 2 hours into the ROM hack race tonight. We're going into super special secret overtime in this intense Yoshi Fly level from Flip's Bad. Yeah, we maybe got Subcon 2 coming out maybe this year. If I can get out and stop playing Tears of the Kingdom for 5 minutes, get back to work. But welcome in, everybody. If you're joining us from the raid, this is ROM Hack Races. Every Saturday night, we have a brand new Super Mario World Kaizo level, and this is a sight reading race. Although, we've been on this for 2 hours already, so not as much sight reading now. But a very challenging level from Flips tonight. Some Yoshi Fly. We've got Louis Duce, Shovda, and Ike working hard here. First clear from TJB took about 1 hour and 55 minutes. You know, I always thought if you're looking for ideas for Spicy Dolphin, I always thought it would be interesting to have a dolphin level where there were dolphins that you could regular jump on, and then spicy dolphins where you had to spin jump on them, right? Dolphin level where you're mixing up regular and spin jump. So red dolphins are spin jump dolphins, and blue dolphins are regular jump dolphins. I always thought that would be kind of interesting. Yo, keep your eyes on the upper left-hand corner. Louis Doucet, potentially. Louis Doucet, potentially. Oh my. Oh, potential. Louis Doucet for the win. Yo, just in time with some cheese even. Louis Doucet, caper extraordinaire, master of the anti-strat, getting all the way to the goal. GGs are in order. Great job, Louis. Well played tonight. Fantastic work. Louis, as usual, blazing their own trail. I named my horse in Tears of the Kingdom Yoshi. All right, yo, we are talking with the spirits, and we are gonna take this till 10 till. That's about a minute from now. We schedule about 2 hours a week for these races, and we are about hitting that limit. I want to give a real big thanks to the volunteers who help make this possible. Every single week, drop a follow for the racers, drop a follow for us here on ROM Hack Races. Fen on the restream as usual, doing a great job. Blue Ribbon and all the scouts whose names are not on this list that I'm looking at right now, thank you for that so much. Flips for making this fantastic level. Everyone for coming out. Java Brew, Mason, Eden, Gossip Greg, and Mithrillionaire for helping to test this. You can find more on romhackraces.com. You can jump on our Discord server and download any of these patches to try these levels out for yourself. And if you come back next week, we will have another fine, fresh Super Mario World Kaizo level. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I have been Glitchcat, you have been you, and in just a few, we're going to take it over for a raid. We are going to go say hey to Ike, see if they can finish out this berry clear on the hard mode of this level, but please also lend your support to Shovda. She is a fantastic, very talented player. Go and follow the racers and check out their channels, and we'll be back here again next Saturday. Don't forget, it's very important that you know you matter, your thoughts matter, your heart matters, your feelings matter, you matter to other people in your lives, you matter to me as human beings, you matter to the internet's #1 longboy furret, and the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, disabled, autistic, and plural lives matter, and you. I will catch you all again. I might stream tomorrow for my community. We'll see what's up. If not, I'll catch you on Monday or right back here Saturday for ROM Hack Races. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Keep working hard. Keep making your dreams. Keep practicing. And one day you too will throw the car into the sun. Have a really great night, everybody. Good evening.